Good morning, Marinee. Good morning. Blessings, love, and light. Saint, good morning. Everybody out there. Victoria, late freight trucker, good morning. Man, I got a lot of messages. I've been trying to humanly catch up with all the messages I got here on TikTok regarding what I sent out to everybody. And if I haven't responded yet, please forgive me. We'll get there. I've spent a lot of the morning responding to questions. Good morning, One Toyota. Good to see you. Murph, that's a good name. Murph Merriweather, good morning. Hall Road Jeff, good to see you. Fabiana, good to have you with us as well. And my allergies are kind of doing their thing. This weather's been crazy in New England. Flying Irish Mama. I like that name, Flying Irish Mama. Manifest Luck. Thank you for the likes. That's a good name too. Summer. I wish it was summer right now. Grant Farley, 96. Welcome to the show. Hey, late freight trucker. I've been fighting the nose and chest cold too. Okay. It'll disappear. It's this change in season thing from, going from summer to autumn to, in New England anyway, everyone I think is getting a little bit of it. But does not stop us from doing what we got to do, right? Tried messaging you, but it says not sent. Interesting. Huh. I will check after I get off of here for more messages. Good morning, UFO Art. I'm saying names. The names come so quickly. Mystic Warrior, welcome. Everybody in here. And we're going to be on here till about near 10:20 or 10:15, about an hour and 15 minutes or 20 minutes this morning. This is the morning edition of Encounters. We're in the space room. No green screen. We're in the space room here this morning, where all our crystals are behind me. So, yeah, we're glad to be here. I'm going to turn one thing on. I forgot to turn one thing on here. I think I can do it. Or maybe not. Well, yeah, definitely could. I forgot to turn the pyramids on. Let me just do this here. So I got the Himalayan salt pyramids. You can't really see them here, but maybe you can here. There's one of them. Where is it here? Yeah, there it is, right there. There's the salt pyramid. Right there. I got two pyramids that are Himalayan salt pyramids. You can see them right there. There's one of them. So we're in the higher vibrational patterns of the space room here on Encounters. Good morning, Johnny Miller. Wisdom Keeper, good morning. Yeah, let's see here. And I like getting on during the day. It's a nice starry sun. Good morning. It's nice to be on during the day with everybody. I tend to be always on night. I always want to be on day, but I've always gravitated towards night broadcasting for some reason. So Yvonne, welcome. Yvonne. Octane, I think it's something. It went so quickly I couldn't read it. Diane, good morning, Diane. I got my tea this morning, iced tea. At night it's apple cider. In the morning it's iced tea. Stinker, good morning. Julie Lent Bragg, good morning. Miss Kate 5D. Good to see you, Miss Kate 5D. excuse me, user 697. Skylar, I think it's Skykes or Sykes. We are trying to catch the names as they come in here. The TikTok moves so quickly, Good morning, Commander, and good morning, everybody. Kelly Kelsey, good to see you. Hey, Miss Kate. And I got some meditation music going here. JJ Bird. Good morning, JJ Bird. Good morning to everybody. Espelon, good to see you, brother. Jose, welcome to the show. a rainy day in New England. I'm still at work, just thought I'd check in. Beautiful. Thanks for checking in for sure. And we will definitely take viewer live folks on here. My topic is, have you been visited by ETs? But we can get into the crop circles and other things too. Excuse me. Tony, welcome to the show, Tony. Did you read messages? I was reading messages this morning. I was trying to catch up on messages, and I must have read about 15 messages, and there's so many messages. I'm scrolling through all the names that have messaged me, so I still have more to do. Mario Gomez, welcome. Jay Niner, good to see you, Jay Niner. Everybody coming in here. I sometimes also have to go back and forth because I'm also on Facebook, so I have messages there. I run 2 groups on Facebook, so I have to multitask. I answered you back, number in it. Oh, okay. I did respond. I sent you a message, Espelon. I don't know if you got it. This is about less than a half hour. Oh, thank you, Jay Niner. About less than a half hour ago. And after I get off, I'll recheck my messages again. Elisa G711, welcome. This is Encounters, the morning show during the daytime. So we love hearing from people. If we miss a message or you make a sentence in there and I miss you, it's not intentional. We just haven't, things go so quickly here. I haven't slept in 2 days. Wow. The energies are really, Espelon, I think that has to do with the energy shift. There's a big shift. Plus we had recently a full moon. I think there's a big shift in energy. Now we're going into a new energy, which is more of a Christed energy. You know, I think you're feeling it. I think a lot of people here are feeling it. You know, if you're feeling like disgruntled or you're just feeling out of sorts, there's a big energy shift happening. So you're going to, Tori, welcome. There's a big energy shift happening. So it's affecting how we relate to each other, how we act to each other. It's not intentional. It's just the energy. It's affecting how we respond, you know. Excuse me. Graham Rising, Luke. And Victoria says, yes, absolutely. So it's affected me too. I mean, what happened the other night with nothing to do with the energy shift, which, I finally figured out what happened to me the other night on Sunday night was the music that went on in my daughter's room next to the meditation room, next room over. She has the Alexa app or whatever you call it. And as we're getting towards the end of the show Sunday night, music goes on, and then I say, I know this woman's voice. It's like from the 40s or 50s. I say, what's going on here? So I get up, I turn, and I'm looking. I keep looking for like the last half hour of the show, like something's going to happen. I keep turning my head, like I'm looking for somebody or something, right? I get up, and as soon as I hear the music, I sit there for a minute, and I said, who's playing the music? You know? So I'm saying, who's got the music going here? Then I go into my daughter's room because she's not home, and I hear Billie Holiday. I knew it was Billie Holiday. I didn't know at the point. I couldn't get the name, but the song, the voice of the singer was Billie Holiday, and it took me the next day to Google search it to figure that out. So I wasn't sure at first, you know, and I don't know. Now I'm really interested to know what the song was. And I think before I leave, I'm going to go in the other room and I'm going to ask the AI who it was that was singing, if she remembers. If the AI can remember what the song was, that'll have a great deal of meaning to me. Narubu, good morning. Good to see you. So I'm now wanting to figure out the song of Billie Holiday that was coming through in my daughter's room. And then Alexa was talking like she had been talking to somebody. You know, it's really kind of weird. The whole thing was weird. You know, so I just decided to share that with everybody, that portion. I cut the clip. I sent it to almost, I hope I sent it to almost everybody. If I missed somebody, I'll send you the clip. But the clip shows you what happened, my reaction when my co-hosts were sitting there and what happened, so, excuse me. Tormed, good to see you, Tormed. Want to see it. Yeah, Killer Kelsey, I have a clip. I'll send you a clip of what happened. Yeah, I'll definitely send you a clip after the show or sometime. Can you hear the song in the background of the show? Yeah, you can definitely hear the song. I'm hoping that the TikTok, I'm hoping that it picked it up on my phone so you can hear it. Some people said they were able to hear the song. If somebody can decipher what the song is, I heard the song loud and clear. It was like this Billie Holiday song that seems familiar. And yeah. So message me if you want me to send you a copy of the clip. Actually, if you want to hear it, go on my Ashtar Command Spaceship News page. I have it added on there. It's right on the page. So after the show, go on there. You'll see it up there. I have it pinned. It's pinned right on the main page. Yeah, and Saint, it actually is on my main page, so I just realized I pinned it up there yesterday. Okay, so just go on my main page, Saint, after the show, and you'll be able to actually see it. Very good. So it's interesting, all kinds of stuff going on. The energy patterns. Good morning, Queenbee. Good to see you. Good morning. Oh, my twitchy witchy girl. Thank you for the likes. That's a good name. Cheyenne, welcome. Encounters Morning Edition without the green screen. Good to see people on here. I know people aren't used to me being on during the day, so whoever comes in, comes in. Tammy, welcome. I think Tammy was a name I saw coming through here. Jamie Lang. Definitely good to see you. And if anyone wishes to, down south. Good to see you down south. Good morning. If anyone wishes to join us here live and share a story, you may certainly do so. We're happy to do interviews with people on the whole spiritual UFO area, visitations, everything in that realm of understanding. So you're welcome to join us. It's not like the radio show where you have to call in on Sunday mornings. Dana, good to see you. Mystic Warrior, thank you for the likes, everybody. And to come on, you have to have only 200 followers now. I think it's 200 on the app here. When I started last year, you had to have 1,000 followers even to get on here. Now they've lowered it to 200 followers just to get the audio, which is more reasonable for people, I believe everybody should be able to get on here, but, I don't control TikTok. Yeah, wow, they changed it. Yeah, they did. That's good. I don't know why they just didn't change it to 200 with the video and the audio, but that's TikTok. At least, they've changed it for people coming in now on the audio part of it. So it's nice to be in the meditation room here this morning. We got kind of a little bit of a rainy day in New England. Not too bad. Hope everyone's having a cup of tea or coffee or juice or something. You're on Encounters. And we're getting ready for November 12th. You might have seen it pinned on our main page. And we thank everybody for sharing it. November 12th. How many people are aware of what's happening November 12th? Anybody? Blue Sparrow, welcome. Leo, welcome to the show. Yes, meditation. Yep. Right on. You folks got it. Yes. I've been working. Tell me all about it. So, Queenbee, on November 12th, we're going to be doing a worldwide meditation. It won't be on my encounters thing. We're going to do something different. It's going to be an Ashtar Command worldwide meditation to focus light energy in Gaza and Israel and that whole area, actually. And we're going to do that, and that's going to be on the 12th at 10 a.m. in the morning. Then my co-host Down Rabbit Hole at 5 p.m. will be doing a podcast. So at 5 o'clock, there'll be a podcast that same day, November 12th. So we want people that you can see the video, promotional video on my main page, my profile page. Please feel free, folks, to share it with other people. It's really important. And we're going to collectively make this thing happen. There's so much arguing and people debating on TikTok. There's a lot of people, depending on the time of the day it is. You could have 10 different groups on live talking about the Middle East or about Gaza. People that are really supporting one side or the other. They're really polarized in their thinking. So what we're going to do is an Ashtar Command gathering and broadcast that's going to center the energy on love, a light frequency, and we're going to shoot that all the way over to that part of the world. And I have no idea what's going to happen, except that we're supposed to do this. And that's why we're doing it. And I think we can create a new reality by doing that. I also believe that our collective energy is like a super light energy together. It's like taking a supercomputer, and little computers are sitting there, but there's this big supercomputer. So look at ourselves as a super energy of light that's going to just go and beam that energy into the consciousness of people over in the Middle East. Notel, I think you mentioned the other night, yes, Downs. So yeah, so it's going to definitely be really important. It's going to be something that I think is going to help transform the energy of negativity to the energy of light, to the energy of understanding. And there are going to be people that are going to be hit with this energy that are going to, one way or the other, whatever their side is, whatever their belief is, they're going to be shaken up a little bit. In this case, being shaken up is not bad. When you're being fused with light energy into your cellular structure of your body, it's not bad at all. It's actually a good thing. Hey, Failed Cap, welcome to the show. Love it long as I don't work night shift, night before. Okay. Grand Rising, Cinnamon Spice. It's going good, Failed Cap. Hey, Johnny, I cannot wait. I've been sharing it as much as possible. It's going to be beautiful. Thank you. I don't believe in war. Humanity needs to come together, not apart. Absolutely right, Queenbee. Are you going to send ships to the Middle East, Commander? And let me talk about that. Thank you, Johnny. So for people that have followed me for a long time since I've been on here, you kind of get an idea of the things that I've done individually with people on here, including you felt the energy that I've shot through the palm of my hands. This is my hand here. You'll see me do as a conduit. Christ did healing energies here. There's so many multiple areas of consciousness, not consciousness, what should I say. I'm like an open cosmic book. I've said it before. Jessica, welcome to the show. Good to see you, Jessica. I'm like an open cosmic book. Mark, Victor, welcome. User something. They didn't get that too quickly. So, does anyone have the equipment to remove voices from Alexa video so we could hear the music better? Huh. Have the equipment to remove the voices. I don't know. That I don't know. Hey, Jessica. So about the ships, Johnny, you're asking about the ships. Sunny, Too Bright, welcome. We're going to be sending 3 to 4 spaceships over the Middle East on November 12th. Can we persuade the Federation to rid our world of all bombs and bioweapons? Great comment, Queen. So in the 60s, the Ashtar Command neutralized all the nuclear silos in the United States and other countries. When the Cold War started, they came in mass, and what you would call flying saucers or spaceships neutralized and shot and knocked out electrical systems so the nuclear weapons couldn't be tested. And it's been documented in UFO programs over the years. There's some programs that talk about it. People that were in these bases at the time who were employed, military people, they talk about seeing these craft over their military bases where the silos are, and they had all their equipment shut down, and down deep where they have their controls, everything was shut off. They couldn't operate the nuclear missiles or even shoot the missiles. So to your question, the Ashtar Command, which represents many different planetary worlds, can actually dismantle and neutralize all the electrical systems that allow for the launching of a nuclear missile. Now, when the 4 ships go to the Middle East, and they will, these are 4 large ships that will be very high in the atmosphere. They have a protection system on each ship that Earth-based technologies cannot detect. So they're well prepared to going into a region where there's instability, and these ships will be there. Now, in terms of what I've been getting, all I hear is the word neutralize. And my perception of the word neutralize means that they will be able to neutralize any missile on the ground level. They can neutralize the whole electronic system of missiles coming from either side of this whole thing. And we're going to be doing the meditation, which is really important, to focus our energy to that level of light. So we're going to be coming together in that level of light. Hey, smart. Light fill all hearts. Yes, I like that. Light fill all hearts. Molly, welcome, Molly. Thank you for the likes. I'm just trying to read things here. Dave, welcome. Stephanie, thank you for the likes. Renda Roof. I think it's Renda Roof. Okay, there you go. Mystic, I understand. So it's about the transference of energy. And these 4 ships, the 3 or 4 ships that will be there, they're not giving me a lot of information yet what they're going to do. But we'll all know November 12th, we'll all be experiencing the energy. Was it one of yours who got poo-pooed down over Alaska? No. The Ashtar ships were not even there. I'm not sure whose thing got shut down, but it was certainly not coming from that Ashtar command level. But it was definitely something of extraterrestrial origin. Cinnamon Spice, welcome back. 369. Farmer Counselor, thank you, Farmer Counselor, for joining us on Encounters. This is the morning edition. We're usually on late night. Thor, good to see you. Thanks for coming on live last night. We appreciate it. So we're here to really come together, get people ready for this event, November 12th. It's really going to be quite interesting. I never assume anything about what's going to happen. Delene, I think it is. Delene? Yeah, Delene maybe. Hey, welcome, Delene. We welcome you to the show. I'm just reading people's comments and so forth. You're welcome, Cinnamon. Renee, welcome to the show. Molly, welcome to the show. Good to have you with us, Molly. User 376, welcome. Now, I wonder why some of the TikTok people have just a lot of numbers. I wonder if they can't get that's kind of weird. Can you expound on November 12th, reasons beyond the obvious? Yes, Stephen. So, obviously, we all know why we're doing it. Well, and maybe some don't. We're doing it to focus on a different energy. Over the last month since this war started, we've been focusing on the galactic levels of understanding. And from that, seeing all the infighting and conflict between people on the planet, especially on TikTok, it came to an agreement that when I talked to James and Grace, that we should definitely do something that's going to bring people into a higher state of consciousness. And without any conflict, without people fighting with each other and verbally arguing with each other, which I see a lot on TikTok right now. And I still see a lot of it, you know? So our essence of coming together is to shoot that energy, galactic energy, into the cellular structure of every human being in the Middle East. Now, people say, well, how could you even do that? Is that even possible? Well, the mind says, no, it's not possible, right? But if you talk to your higher self, the higher self will tell you it's possible. Freedom, welcome. Good to see you. It's possible to change consciousness. We have the ability to change consciousness, all of us. And if we come together, we really have the ability to change consciousness, right? Kay Woods, welcome to the show. Kay Wood 10. You know, how many people feel, and Courtney, welcome, how many people feel that we can change mass consciousness from a negative to a positive? We can. Jamie, thanks for joining. Hey, Carrie, Queenbee says, absolutely can. I do. Theo Hawk, welcome to the show, Theo. No doubt about it. Elaine says, sure, yes. Yes, Jessica says. We can. Anything is possible with the brain. Absolutely true, Steve. So we're going to focus all our energy from people all over the world who are coming. I have no idea how many people are going to show up to this thing. Whether it's going to be 10 people, whether it's going to be 1,000 people, whether it's going to be 10,000 people, I have no idea. And who's ever going to be here will be here. Who's not going to be here will not be here. You know? But we definitely are making sure people know about it. And when we focus that aspect of energy, that light energy within us, and collectively put it together, like I said before, it's like this big super brain. It's like taking this crystal here, and at one point the crystal was here. It was just a little tiny crystal, right? But now the crystal gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gets stronger and bigger. And the crystal is so big that it affects energy, right? It affects energy. So when we understand that, we understand the very foundation of who we truly are, that we have the ability as not merely human beings, but as galactic citizens here on Earth, and all of you are galactic citizens. Whether you totally remember who you are, you're a galactic citizen from another world. You came here on a much greater scale of understanding than you even knew when you were growing up, right? And as you came to this understanding, you now know that you have a mission to accomplish. And in times like this, when the world is kind of crazy, that's when we all need to come together. Need to all let go of all our belief systems and come together in one singular light, like the brightest light ever, right? Brightest light ever. Hey, Jay Bear, good morning. Thank you for the roses, Kevin. You know, if we do that, if we come together, It's amazing the things we can do. Freedom says our memory and ancestral memory is all in our DNA. That's right. It's all in our DNA. Right? And if we can all just come together, what a change, what a world we live in, what a planet we would live in. And we can live in that. There are those energies that want to, for some reason, keep us in a disruptive sense of modi, so to speak. There are energies still on Earth that wish to disrupt the pattern of us going into an ascended state. And we are going into an ascended state. The truth is, regarding the war, whether it be in the Middle East or whether it be anywhere else, wars are going to be a thing of the past. The wars will never accomplish their means to an end. We're all human. Oh, it's so they can keep us worker ants. Yeah, they want to basically keep us in control. And they can't do that anymore. We have come together, and that's true freedom. Yoli, welcome Yoli. Abin, good to see you, Abin. Hope you all having a good morning, Abin. JKT, welcome to the show. And I have to send my appreciation out to each and every one of you. I know you can be doing other things this morning than watching encounters, so I definitely appreciate you taking the time to be here. Dave Duke of Earl, that's a good name. Welcome, Dave Duke of Earl. I hope you are having a good day. Hey, Abin, I hope you are too. We really had a great time having you on the other night, so good to see you, brother. And so this November 12th is so important, and that's not the end of it. We're going to do other things, other special broadcasts, either related to encounters or unrelated to encounters, because there's a lot of things I want to do. This is the main part, but there are other things I can do. Hey, Stephanie. Robert, welcome to the show, Robert. And we have the ability, that's why people are having so many encounters. Now we get back to the encounters part, visitations, sightings of what you call UFOs or spaceships. So many people are having those things happen now, and they're increasing every day and every week. So we are a place where people can come on our show and really meet other people that are having similar situations. So many people on an individual scale are having encounters with space beings of different types. Some of those encounters are actually very much our star family, people that look just like us. Others are having non-human encounters with beings that don't look like us, that look totally different. It's different for everybody. Robert Denny, welcome to the show, Robert. Good to meet you here. Palm Filler, welcome Palm Filler to Encounters. This is usually the late night UFO talk show. Catherine, welcome to the show. Molly, thank you for the likes. All the people liking the show. Ruckus, Tennessee, welcome Ruckus. You're now tuned in and watching the #1 UFO spiritual talk show on social media. Lynn, welcome to the show. And it's just a really relaxing kind of a New England morning. We have overcast skies here. Hi, Lynn. Welcome. Peaceful Drama. I like that. Peaceful Drama. Another great name. Some of the folks here come up with some great names. Paloma. Welcome, Paloma. Good to have you with us. For the new people here, this is a spiritual UFO talk show that usually is on late night after 11, but we are trying to do some morning shows here for people. Hey, Paloma. Good morning, love. Good morning to you. Good morning to you as well. And we are going to follow some people that are, I'm trying to follow everybody. Well, let's see here. And Paloma, we're going to follow you too. Intuitive. Okay. So, everyone follow everybody else. Yoli, we're doing good. Very excited. We're very Excited. Good to see everybody coming in here. Hey, Thor444, welcome back. Good to have you with us. Everybody joining in here. And I certainly don't want to do all the talking, although that's what I'm here to do, I guess, to talk. But we also want to interview people. Anybody here has got any stories to tell regarding ET activity, visitations? Hey, Losha. Happy Wednesday, Halosha. And Halosha, I am following you. Actually, Halosha, I want to follow you. Can you turn your TikTok to public instead of private? And I can follow you. You have 93 followers, so let's everybody follow Halosha and follow each other. Everybody follow everybody here. Halosha, if you change your setting, I can follow you. I'll try to do that. Thank you, Johnny. We love doing mornings too. Ruby Doobie, good to see you, Ruby Doobie in New Mexico. Hey, Mark Victor. Yes, beautiful day it is. Beautiful day it is, brothers and sisters. My daughter had an experience last week. She's usually brave, but she got terrified. Hey, Queenbee, I'm going to bring you on. Pay attention. Excuse me. And good morning, Queenbee.
Good morning, Commander. How are you doing this morning?
Oh, where's your audio?
Hold on.
I don't hear anything. Do you have your audio down? No, you had it on.
Hey.
Oh, I got to bring my volume up here.
Okay.
Hey, Queenbee.
Okay. Hey. How you doing today?
We're doing good. How about you?
I am spectacular.
Can you bring your camera on?
I can. I'm looking kind of rough this morning.
Yeah. We like to get people, the real people's real person besides the picture.
I don't know why it's not letting me. Can you see me?
No, if you press the camera and press save, there you go. Hey, there she is. She's a real person.
I am a real person. How are y'all doing? Okay, so my daughter called me the other night, and I was at work, and she told me that as soon as I got home, she wanted to show me something. And I get home, and she's just shaking, terrified. Usually, she's pretty brave. I mean, she's been through a lot in her life. I raised my sister's kid, so. But she shows me this craft in the air, and I said, well, baby, how'd you feel about it? Because I've learned from your show that if you feel okay about it, usually it's something good. And she was like, Aunt Beth, I had to run in the house. I got the dogs in, and I was just terrified. And she sat up all night, and I sat up with her, of course, because she was so scared it was going to come back and take her.
Really? And that's really, because the human mind, you know how it works. If we don't understand something, the mind will get a little bit afraid of what's happening because it doesn't understand it. When she told you that story, what time was it that this was happening? Can you expand on that maybe?
She called me about 11:15 at night. So she said she had taken the dogs out at 11, and she saw this. Luckily, she had her camera on her, and she took it, and then she said immediately she got scared. I told a story one time on your show. We had an experience with her dad, her stepmom, her sister, and brother during the daytime. There was one above the tree line over my neighbor's house. And we weren't scared. She wasn't scared.
Yeah.
She said, but it was a totally different experience this time.
Wow. So do you think that if you're scared, there's two things I always talk about is when I hear a story like that, and I listen really well to people, is that either it's actually scared because the mind is scared of the unknown. That's one part of it. And then it could be that they are positive, but she's just physically scared. And then I've had people say, well, I wish I hadn't been scared, and I hadn't just run away. I wish I had the ability to understand and comprehend what I was dealing with. So it can happen on many levels. It also could be, if it's negative, you'll feel it, but that's different than being scared. A negative encounter where you feel radiation coming from the ship, that's no good. If you are just scared because you don't know what you're dealing with and you've never experienced before, that doesn't mean that the person's having a negative encounter. It's just that they're personally, as a human being, it's natural to be scared, right? So
Right.
you're gonna do that. Now, if she had that experience again, the question would be, would she be scared or would she be less scared? Because now she sees it again, she can now acclimate to what it is and maybe even have communications or contact with the beings that are in that said ship. Right?
Well, that would be
what do you
exciting.
think? Yeah, I think so.
Also, my mom, she's been gone for 7 years now, but she had an experience when she was a child. Her grandfather was a bootlegger, and they lived way up in the mountains. And one time, she told me as I was growing up that something came down. They were all in the cabin. Her grandfather and uncle told them to hide under the beds. And something was in the tree. She looked out, of course, because we're all very curious in my family. And her uncle and grandfather, I'm sorry, were out there trying to shoot something, but it would just keep popping to where they couldn't hit it.
People saying you're echoing. Let me try to bring you back in. You're not echoing with me, but the people are saying they hear an echo. Give me 1 second. We're gonna bring you right back. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
I'm just gonna mute. Okay. Okay, what am I doing? Okay, now I just is this gonna work? Come on here. Okay, guys, what's going on here? Hold on a minute. Okay. Now try speaking, and I want to see if people. Is she muting now?
Can you hear me? Am I echoing?
Is she echoing now, folks?
I know sometimes if you have your audio up too loud, it's going to reverb.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Sign out and come back in, because I don't hear any echoing, but people say you're echoing everywhere. I don't understand it. All right. She's gonna come back up, and hopefully, thank you, Daily Vibe. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. And good morning, Stargazer, everybody. She is at the very end, so she's gonna come back up. Daily Vibe, thank you. I want to get it back on here. Let me just do this here. I lost her. What happened? Here she is. I'm going to bring her back up and see if we have no echoing. And hopefully, we'll get to hear this incredible story. You're back. Okay. There you are. Okay. There you go. Let me pray. I pray to the universe that she's not echoing. Okay, let's turn the camera back on. And folks, you tell me if she's echoing. Okay, welcome back. Technically, hopefully you're fine. Is she echoing? I'm going to be quiet for a minute.
I am a little bit. I can hear it now, but I think it's that your audio is just feeding back on mine.
Really? Let me turn my audio down. Hold on a minute.
Yeah, can you do that on TikTok?
All right, I turned my audio down. Halfway
Is that better,
down.
guys? Is that better, guys? No.
Is that better?
We might have to try another day. My internet's acting a fool too.
No, you're good. You have to mute, I think. I have to mute. Okay, I'm going to mute. Let me try to mute. Actually, it's not letting me do that. Let me see here. Here's what I'm going to do. Give me a second. I'm going to pause, and then I'm going to come back here, folks. Hold on a minute. Okay, it's not letting me pause. What's going on here? Mirror your video. Nope. Mute microphone. Okay. Okay, go ahead. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah,
still
I
it.
muted my microphone, which is weird. Is she still echoing?
I
Is
can
there
hear
any
you
echo,
now.
folks?
I do
Okay,
not,
let me.
Daily.
This is just really weird. Hold on.
You cannot silence me, universe.
Nope, you cannot silence her. I'm trying to pause live for a minute so I can, but it's not letting me pause the live. So try to find your mute. So I am muting. I'm muting my microphone here. I don't know what the mirror your video is. I turned that off. Mirror your video. All right, let's see if this works here. Sorry about that. Is anybody echoing, me or her?
Am I still echoing? I did turn my volume down, so I can't hear if I am or not.
Because I don't
Yeah.
hear any echoing here on my end, but that might be. Can anybody hear
Okay,
me?
well, we can try again another day. I will not be silenced.
No. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to restart my broadcast here. I think.
Okay.
Yes, you're echoing, buddy, but she is. You're not echoing, but she is. I'm going to do this here. I'm going to go and try to fix her echoing problem. Okay. Now I'm just bringing her mic back on. Okay. Now oops. I'm not sure why this is happening. Yeah, Queenbee, if you want to turn your mic on your end, I have control of the mic here, but it's not listening to me. There you go. So now we'll see what's happening. I might have to restart the broadcast.
Mic check, mic check.
Start show. Oh, we already have the show going on here. What's going on here? All right. I'm hearing you 100% without an echo. Is anyone else still hearing her? Can you hear her?
Mic check, mic check.
SETI PWN, welcome. It's all good. Okay, you're good. Sounds better. All right. I think we're all set here. Continue on. Thank God.
So my mom has always been very open-minded since I can remember because of the incident that she saw. Yeah, I'm still echoing.
Yeah, but everyone's saying you're good. So you're fine. Just keep talking.
So for about 8 hours, they were posted up in the cabin, and she said she wasn't scared, but of course, all the men were.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh wow. So that's that. I got sirens going down the street here. It's one of those mornings where everything's happening. But that's interesting. I would suspect if she ever has it happen again, I'd love to have her look at it from a perspective of, if it happens again, try to not be afraid and feel the energy. Instead of being afraid, feel the energy of the encounter, because that's going to tell a lot about who the beings are. If she feels in the encounter of that spaceship that it feels like a very loving energy coming from within the ship, which is the beings themselves that are in there, she'll know that. If it feels kind of icky and like, oh, I don't feel too good, then she needs to get away from it. She needs to get just totally away from it. But I have a feeling, I read energy a lot, and based on you're telling her story, which I thank you for. I think that she'll have an encounter again at some point with this specific group of beings. I'm not getting negativity, but I'm getting that from her fear. That's internal fear. Internal fear is different than being afraid because they're negative beings that are running after you coming out of a ship. So people need to know that. Molly, thank you so much. You sent that to Queen. Thank you so much for sending Queen the slippers, the shoes, or whatever they are. And I just think that it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I think that there's going to be more things to occur with this. Do you feel that she will have more encounters? Oh.
Okay. So our family is very heavy onto the spiritual side of everything.
Alexa, stop.
And has...
Yeah.
Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I just turned the Alexa off. The music was... I just turned the music off on the show. But go ahead.
My family has always been very heavy into the spiritual part of things for generations. So she has spiritual things happen regularly. I just think maybe it's that she's not used to the UFO side of it.
Right. Yeah, it's so that's the thing too. As I hear that makes sense. If she's not she's never experienced the UFO side of it, that will be a very freaky thing to deal with. It's because she's never had that happen before, right? So
right, and she's 15 now.
She's 15,
which is when I came into my gifts. So,
wow. So she's really a kid. She's still a kid at 15. She's at that stage between young teen and then getting into the other stage when she's going to eventually be an adult teen. So, but that would make sense. They would contact her. Kids can be contacted at any time as a child from a young single age to a teenage year. That makes perfectly good sense as you're explaining it. So yeah, she would be kind of freaked out. Not all the teens would be, but some are. It depends on the individual teenager or person. And it makes perfectly good sense what you're saying. I have a feeling she'll have more encounters, but she has to be the one to make that decision. I always tell people here that it's up to the individual whether they want to have more encounters, if they feel a positive energy. Matter of fact, I'm going to bring our spiritual person, Grace, here with us here. Lisa, thanks for joining us. And
she's Grace, 15, Grace.
And this is, say hello to Grace. She's our spiritual cosmic counselor on the show here.
Morning.
Hey, Grace.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Yes,
not all the way awake yet, but we're getting there.
Me too. I'm having my coffee this morning. I just with this coffee. Great to see you all.
Good to see you, Grace. Do you have any questions for Queenbee?
I do. I actually wanted to find out. You said your daughter was 15 when this happened. How old is she now?
15. This just happened a week.
Oh, it just happened. Oh, okay. Interesting. And you've always been supportive of this, of her spiritual experiences and things?
Oh, yes, ma'am. Because when I was a small child, I loved it until she finally told me, listen, here's our lineage. This is where this comes from. Accept it. Don't fight it. Protect yourself, of course.
Okay. Does she get fearful? Does she get nervous?
Usually not of the spiritual side.
But this encounter was a little bit scary for her.
She said it's the scariest she's ever been in her life. And she had seen a UFO before and was not afraid when she was very small.
Okay. I think number one, what we always try to tell people that come in and have experiences they're frightened by is to, number one, ask that if they're Christed beings, and if they're not Christed beings, that she doesn't want to see them. And what I mean by that is just the Christ consciousness, the energy that comes from a higher dimensional realm, and for good beings, for good. If it's not for good, then she can just completely black that out.
Mm-hmm.
She has the potential to do that. We all do. I think it's just understanding and believing that, she can do that. And she has complete control of her own reality.
Right. And I've recently taught her, I don't know, it's a technique my mom taught me. It's called putting up the brick wall. because she's having a hard time in school right now because she's really coming into her own on the spiritual side. And I've made her practice it every day before she goes to school, so she doesn't come home with all the emotions from everybody else.
Okay, what is she doing? What are you having her do?
So when I'm teaching her the same stuff my mom taught me, which is start at your feet, imagine bricks underneath your feet, and then build the wall up, but leave a brick out in front of your third eye. That way you can feel the people that might actually really need your help.
Yeah.
Okay, so instead of, so I'm gonna have you or suggest to take it a step further.
Okay.
So when she builds her grid, so you're actually kind of building like a protective grid, not necessarily building a wall, but almost like activating the auric field around the body, the biofield, which not a lot of people like to use the terminology. And have her activate the biofield, and she can spread the biofield out as wide as she needs to and engage that as well as the grid. But she needs both things.
I got you. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Because you don't want her to. I guess the thing is, it's a great way to. First of all, that's perfect that you're doing that because all children probably and young teens need this type of understanding. And I think if I had that when I was younger, my life would have been different. And I wouldn't, because I also was an empath as a young kid, and I had no idea everything that was coming at me. I didn't know what to do with it. I don't think most people probably understand it too. Yeah, somebody's saying somebody's echoing. Is that me echoing? We got some echoes on the program today. I don't know what it is.
It might be TikTok too.
Yeah,
I'm
could
thinking.
be.
I think it could be other people too. I thought it was. I don't know what the mirror your video is. That's on my TikTok. I don't know.
It just flips everything around. Like if you got writing on your shirt, it'll show the writing correctly, so you don't have to read it backwards.
Oh, that's why you keep the mirror on your video. Okay, thank you. I just learned something. There is,
You're welcome.
Oh yeah, Ruby. So it's mirroring it, I guess. Oh, what happens if I turn the mirror thing off? Let me see what happens here. Now I'm curious. I just turned the mirror thing off.
You got to do it at the start of your video.
At the start. I'll have to remember to do that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you guys so much for your advice. I do have to get up and go shower and get ready for work today. Commander, I'll be back.
I know you will. Enjoy your day.
You guys
have a blessed day.
Thank you. We love hearing the story.
Yeah.
Thank you. Love you guys too.
Yeah. And we have Skip the Grace with us. She's with our show here. She's also with our Ashtar C5 group, and I'm still waiting for accurate weather to be good enough. I don't care how cold it gets. We'll get together in cold weather if it's not snowing.
Yeah, definitely. We're definitely, as they say, peace up here.
Yeah. If you live in New England, it's we've been blessed with some pretty light winters recently in southern New England. So it's still early enough, and we keep talking about it, but it's the weather. We want to get out there as a group. We have a good group. It's just the weather has been so opposite of what we want to do. And we want to bring you some C5 Live so you can see how it's done if you've never done it before. Grace knows how it's done. Chesno, myself, and the other people in our group. We know what to do to make it happen. Meditating outside at sunset. Good. That's a beautiful thing. And
That's
I think
great.
there's Max Shell, is it? Max Shell, welcome. Mercury Man in Vermont, good to see you. Karen Stevenson, welcome to the show. We always try to acknowledge people. Northwest, I think it's Shade AS. Mitzi, welcome Mitzi. Michael, good to see you. Kristen, good to have you, Kristen. Dave. These names go so quickly, I sometimes miss a name, so forgive me if I do. Skylar Shelley. Morning, Mercury. Hope everything's going good in Plainfield. That's I love that town. well, also when I went to school up there. So, hi, y'all from Tennessee. Hello out there, Tennessee. You know, Daily Vibe, we must all tribe. Thanks for the likes. And, you know, and Mercury Man knows. I always like to talk about Mercury Man because that was when he had the reptilians in a cave under his home. And if you never lived in Plainfield, Vermont, it's a farm community. It's a country town outside of Montpelier. I went to school there for 4 years, actually 3 years in Plainfield at college. And we had a lot of UFO sightings up there in the 70s. And so when Mercury Man had the reptilians underneath his house in the woods, Mercury Man can tell you, actually, let me see here. You know, Mercury Man, I want to bring you on. I didn't realize you have over 3,000 followers. I want to bring Mercury Man on to tell the story. We still have time. Mercury Man, if you can turn yourself on and accept my invite, just press the camera and also press the save, and you'll come on live. Okay? If you can do that, we'd love to have you on. I think people need to hear it from you. I can share the story, but the event that we did with you kind of explains a lot with the spaceships. So let's see if we can get you on, Mercury Man. I'm pressing the guest button here. So I just pressed it, and if you'll accept the invitation, we will have you on. While we're waiting, Ruby Doobie wants to come on, so we get Ruby Doobie here. I have not forgotten Ruby Doobie. Hey, Ruby, how you doing? Is she still with us?
Hi guys, good morning.
Hi, Ruby. Good morning out there
Yeah,
in New Mexico.
I was popping in and Skip to Grace pretty much took it where I was gonna take it, which is about, the body work. And when we're dealing with all of this emotion and mental stimulation that we're not accustomed to, the body can really harbor these experiences. And, I myself, I have symptoms due to an event of complex PTSD. And part of my recovery is removing that trauma from my literal cells and my body, the way that my body received it and kind of took it on. And so I was so happy with Queenbee's story. I was so happy she shared that. She's so cute. I just love her when she's on. And I was glad that we started talking about her niece, because I feel like her niece kind of embodied some of that experience. I'm feeling it from this point, and I feel her holding her breath. So to talk about doing this body work with our kids, getting them into stretching and breathing, and also self-care, which is so important right now, and it's something I'm struggling with. Staying on point myself and realizing if I don't keep up my self-care and detox, that my emotions do kind of build up.
Wow. Also, we just have a new guest here. Is it Shade AS?
Yep.
Hey, Shade AS. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Good morning. You can just call me Shade.
Good morning. Shade. Okay, Shade. Good to meet you, man. Welcome to the number one spiritual UFO talk show on TikTok. And we're glad to have you with us. What would you like to share with us this morning?
I had an experience with Ra.
With Ra. Okay,
Yep.
and we're happy to have you share that experience.
It happened in Iowa. I was with Jesus, and then I went outside, went to my friend's house, and on my way back from my friend's house, the birds started chirping, and they were saying, "Ra is coming, Ra is coming." And then the sun disappeared, and this figure of a human in all light, like embraced in light, came down from the sky and was floating in front of me and said, "I am Ra," and its face looked like the bird, like the falcon. And then they said that angels wanted to prostrate to me, and so I didn't know what that meant. So I was really scared, and I was like, no, let's not do that. And then out of nowhere, he's like, it doesn't matter, they're going to do it anyways. So then Iblis showed up, and Iblis prostrated to me, and then Gabriel and Cherubim, and Gabriel had all these different aspects of herself that showed up that were also prostrating to me. It was a really surreal experience. And then Hermes was there, and Hermes prostrated towards Ra, and then Bacchus showed up behind me, and Odin showed up next to Bacchus in like a dreamlike state, and that was basically the experience. I don't remember much about what they told me. Ra said that he's 9'5", so he's ninth dimensional. His body is ninth dimensional, and his soul is fifth dimensional,
Wow,
like a
interesting.
starseed. Yeah.
Did you ever think that was going to happen to you? When did this happen?
No.
You have a,
That happened in 2021.
2021. So, how old were you in 2021?
I was 20.
20 years old. Okay. So, wow, that was quite the thing. What were you doing at the time before that happened? Were you outside? Were you in your home? What was going on?
I was outside. I mean, I did smoke like the green stuff. You know what I mean? I smoked the green stuff
Yeah.
beforehand, but I don't know how that would affect like seeing that stuff.
That wouldn't
Yeah.
affect it. That I can tell you for a fact that wouldn't affect it. So you were actually meant to have an experience that you have no idea you were going to have happen when you were 2021. When you were 2021, there's no way you would have known that to happen. It's just like when you have a spaceship appear, and like I told this story, you never heard it. I was coming out of a reggae club. I mean, out of a blues club. I used to do back in the 80s. I was doing roots rock and music like Bob Marley, all that stuff. So I come out of the shopping plaza, out of this club. I hear a voice say, "Look up." I see a spaceship over 2 football fields in length, really low above a condo complex, and there's woods behind it. It's pretty much rural behind the shopping center, and there's a McDonald's across the street from the road. And I'm looking up, and I see this thing for 35 minutes spinning slowly, not even moving away. And then it shoots out 2 beams of white with one looks like an orange, the other one looks like a yellow, doing geometry in the sky, like they're trying to show me something. So when you talk about this I think is really incredible. I don't know how many people that are 2021 all of a sudden are in a situation where this happens, and they say, we're going to have this happen to you anyway. It's like, they want you to remember something. So after that happened, I'm very curious, have you had other experience? I can only assume that it's not a one-time deal. Nothing just happens for once if they're trying to contact you.
Yeah. I've had dreams where Ra came to me and Jesus, and then they like combined together, like they filled the front of my head together. And so it was Jesus and Ra was this weird shape in my head. And then when they started to talk together, multiple Jesuses showed up. Like there's three Jesuses. Yeah.
Interesting. That's a first I've never heard of before. So that could be also 3 aspects of the Jesus. That's very, very amazing. You could be Jesus could be projecting 3 aspects of his consciousness, and that's what I'm getting. That it's like the Jesus saying, "Here's 3 aspects of me." I've never heard that before, and that's what the show's about. We really do want people to be inclusive, accepted, and I think you have an amazing story, really. People are saying in comments, "Wow, amazing." It really is. I think there's different aspects of realities that we don't understand, and once we're willing to open up and say, "Oh, his story is just as real as me being from Mars, and that's where I'm from, Mars, but I'm here as a starseed, a human being." You also are a human being, but you also come from the stars, and I don't feel you
I'm a
realize that.
Wayshower, not a starseed. I don't know if that makes sense to you or not. Yeah, I'm
It
a
does.
Wayshower.
Can you explain to people what a Wayshower is? I know what it is.
Yeah, so basically, when I walk into a room or something like that, I wake people up, I give this energy around them, and like my voice just guides them to be awake or like to be in the moment, and like I just wake people up.
There you go. That's important. Yeah, you're a system buster. But you're broken the matrix yourself already, and also Grace, my spiritual guidance counselor here, cosmically speaking. Do you have any questions for Shade?
Well, to be fair, Jesus consumed sacred plant medicine as well.
Mm.
Yeah, and also I wanted to ask, Skip to Grace, are you just trying to do the rest of what's left of my head in with that dog? Because what is that? Baby girl. I can't stand it. That baby girl dog. Get her back up there if I can even take it. I'm about overloaded, cuteness overloaded in, but yeah, I got to see more of the dog.
I'm still not sure. I'm sorry.
Wait, with the audio, what's going on?
Yeah, something's going on. There's glitching today. I don't know. Maybe it's the weather. Could be,
It could be. It could be.
Are you mentioning the piece of artwork behind me?
No, I think it's the frequency, quite literally. I wanted to say this because the frequency in here is pretty high. The dog, I need more of the dog. It's a cuteness overload, but I still need more.
Huh.
She actually isn't feeling well, so she when she doesn't feel well, she wants me to hold her.
What is she?
She's a Maltese.
Oh gosh,
Yeah,
she's
she's my
gorgeous. How
girl.
do you
She's my baby
stand
girl.
that cuteness? I know, isn't it? It's too much, Daily Vibe. It was too much. It gave me like a little seizure or something.
Welcome. I'm just saying hello. Welcome, Kenneth, John Briggs. Welcome, everybody.
She
We
definitely
have
brings
Judy.
the good energy, and she's a good girl. No, but Shade, I wanted to ask you a question about your experience. So first of all, thank you so much for coming on and sharing. We love you guys so much. We love that you come on and just let it pour out. I think it's we're just grateful for that. Number one. The other question I have for you is when you had this experience, you said were you meditating?
No, I didn't meditate at all. Actually, I wasn't into meditating, and I was with Jesus. So since Jesus was with me, Ra wanted to experience my energy. That's what he explained to me, is that he wanted to experience the energy I had at that time, and so he came to Earth so he could experience the energy I was emitting.
So when you say you were with Jesus, were you praying? Were you just what were you doing? I'm just curious about how this came about. Was this a vision?
No, it was like physically in the presence of Jesus. Like I saw him in the clouds physically. Um, I saw his physical body on Earth. He's gold with a gold aura around him.
That's right.
Okay, perfect. So have you had experiences like this before, or was this the first time?
This was the first time. I mean, I spoke to God in 2019, but I didn't see God. And I spoke to angels, but I didn't see them. I saw this image of them, which was there. With Hermes had one and Cherubim had one. It was like this geometrical shape, like of the 14th dimension. That's what Gabriel was. And then there was ninth dimensional ones, and then there was a 10th dimensional one and an 8th dimensional one, and that was Samuel and Michael. So.
I have a question too. Another question, if you don't mind. Were you asking to see things, something like this? Were you prepping in any way?
No, it
Okay.
just happened out of the blue.
And were you walking outside, or were you in the house?
Yep, I was walking outside.
And you saw it in the clouds.
Jesus in the clouds. Jesus was a scanning. He had me scan himself. He created the aspect of scanning, and then had me scan him in the clouds. But when I physically saw him, I was outside, and he was just standing on the grass.
And now you're changed, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're changed. I feel like you had a divine experience, and you were able to see. Like we have these innate gifts. They're not. It's not extraordinary to have gifts like this. We're really born to do this. I feel, and I just love that you're sharing your story for everyone in the chat because on the live because it's so important for people to understand that this is not an ordinary experience for human beings. And people like you are teaching that.
Yeah.
That's the best part. And people in the chat are saying be careful with gods. I mean, listen, always ask for, the Christ being the highest level energy, but it sounds like you were doing just fine. I mean, always use discernment, always question. Don't 100% trust the voice unless it's coming from a really positive place. You don't want to, anything else dismiss.
And when he
Well,
says,
see,
when you said
Cristo,
Shade about, when Shade
Cristo is
said,
the. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
no, let's say, sorry for the coughing. Shade, when you mentioned that Jesus is a golden form, that is so true because anyone who's heard my story, when I did a workshop a few months ago here in Connecticut, I'm a conduit for the Christ. I never mentioned that to you because you're on here. So I wanted to say that too because I can relate to what you just said. When Christ came into my consciousness at this workshop, it was a golden form. There was no beard. It's like you explained it
You can't
exactly
even really
right.
see his face. It's like,
Yeah, no face. He's golden energy of beautiful light. And I came into me, and my psychic friend said, "You're a conduit." I said, "What do you mean?" Because I didn't understand that. This one woman in the group, she had sciatica. Her whole body was in pain. And I told this story before. I'm only mentioning it for Crystal, what you're talking about. She had sciatica, and I went around each person at the end of our journey off planet, and I blessed every person. I had my crystals, certain crystals, and then I sat down, and then she's crying. And I'm saying, "Why is she crying?" I said, "Why are you crying?" She says, "I'm in pain." I said, "I didn't know that." She said, "My whole body's in pain." And I said, "Wait a minute." So then, out of nowhere, I said to her, "You're going to be healed." Now I'm saying to her, she's going to be healed. What do you mean she's going to be healed? Then I closed my eyes. So let me close my eyes for a moment. Then I see this form, like you're talking about, exactly to the T, come into my vision. I didn't know whether it was embodying me and I was going to be the conduit, but I have a feeling that's what it was. A beautiful form of like golden energy, a body form of a body, no beard, nothing, just golden form of beautiful love energy of the Christ. And I said, "Oh, that's what the Christ looks like." And then the next thing I know, I said, you have to always ask the person if I can come up. So I asked her, "May I come up?" I go up to her, I close my eyes, put my hand over her head, and I'm hugging her. I'm out of the picture at that point. I don't even know what's going on. The next thing I know, I hear the whispers to her saying, "You're healed." I get up, I go back down and sit down right across from her. She's like right across from me. And we have like 8 or 10 people, whatever it was. I said, "How do you feel now?" And my psychic friend's sitting next to her. She says she's crying now, and she says, "I have no more pain." I see my friend who's a psychic 2 months later, or whatever, at a crystal show, not too far, a couple towns away. The psychic friend of mine says, "Oh," I said, "How's she doing? Is she in pain anymore?" She says, "No, she has no more pain." So I didn't do anything. All I was a vehicle, a conduit. That's what a conduit is. It's a vehicle. So when you mentioned the Christ and how you saw Christ, I was like, "What?" I said, "That's exactly what I experienced." So I thank you for that because it's exactly how I saw Christ as well. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, first of all, Merkaba comes to mind, and that would be the original definition of that. But also Christo. Christo in itself, the Christ, the crystalline, the potential energy of light and sound itself is the sheer epitome of intra and interdimensional, right?
Mm.
That is the interdimensional being is the Christ. Okay, and the pain that we embody, this is also, rays of that toroidal, Merkabal, frequency field that we all manifest, and we manifest pain as well. And I know this because I had 3 painless births. In fact, they were so enjoyable. I would literally give birth every day. Yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. B, I'm on paper. I'm a pain specialist, and I help people transmute pain in different modalities of treatment other than the normal one.
Mm. Well, folks, it's one of those things, like, believe it or not, I do actually have an earth-based job. But I have crystals at my desk. I keep, people know where I work in my field. That, oh, he's got the crystals going and everything. Other people have other things going, but I always put that same energy around my workspace during the day so I can have the vibes up there. So I want to have people on tonight. If you didn't get to finish any thoughts, don't forget to come on after 11 o'clock. Tonight we'll be on with Encounters Late Night Edition. So I always want people to be able to come back on. I think, Shade, if you can come back on tonight, we have some of the audience is different, but it's still a lot of people. I'd love you to share your story. I really am excited for you, man, as a way shower. I mean, that's so beautiful what you're doing. I mean, you're doing the work to help wake people up. I mean, that's a big mission to do, you know, don't you think? So, yeah, so I'm glad you came out of the closet and came here because we don't put anybody down here. I've been on radio for 20 years. I had my first contactee experience in the 60s with space people, men, women, and children that look just like us, very beautiful, very loving. So I'm not only doing a show because I want to do a show like this, I am also an experiencer. I've had spiritual awakening, you know. So, yeah, people love you, man. You're just a beautiful soul. And I hope you'll be a regular and you'll come up here. And we'd love to hear your story tonight if you have a chance to. You know, when you see me come on, I'll just pop in there. And we usually on for about 2 hours in the evening. So we'd like to, and that goes for Ruby Dooby and anybody else out there, you know.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And I just want to make a quick comment before we all head out. I don't appreciate Paris Hembley mentioning that we need to get over ourselves, because this is a comment in the feed. You're not some prophet or in the nose. I'm like, you know what? That it's people like me with commentary like that cap off our own enlightenment and our own abilities. Why can't we be more than what Jesus said? Bottom line was, you'll do everything more that I do.
Yeah, I'm gonna actually take that.
Well, let me tell you about
Well,
Paris
actually,
Hembley. Let me tell you about Paris Hembley, first of all. I work really quick, okay? Paris Hembley has 40 followers and one creepy video. So I don't even believe that that's a real person. So
Yeah, probably
That's
not.
my take on it.
block them. I just read
Yeah,
the
just
comment.
get that out. Because, see, I go check them out. They're normally fake accounts. That's what's weird.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I
And
block
don't
them.
get
They can't see us
discouraged.
anymore. We have a well-run TV program here. We take the negative people right out. So I just took him out. He won't be able to see anybody anymore. So there you go.
There we go.
I just wanted to thank Jamie for the gift, the heart. And I wanted to say, if you guys are down for it, I can show you a sign of Allah, of the cosmos, of the Lord. I can show you a sign of Him. So we're all connected through the cosmos, and the air, the soul of the air is connected as well. And so I can actually blow on you guys. So, like, you ready? Let me know if you feel wind touch your face. Did you feel any wind go on you?
Not yet, but
Like
keep doing it. Keep doing it.
You do it again.
Did you feel it that time?
I do.
No, keep doing it.
Well, Ruby, you don't have your camera on. I was asking Draylen if you felt it.
Oh.
Draylen, did you feel it? It just feels like a light, like cold touch onto your body, like something touched you really lightly.
Yeah, because I'm trying to feel it. I almost felt it, so do it again.
I can ask the Lord if you can feel it, Ruby.
Okay.
Lord, if it's in your will, please let Ruby feel this.
Oh.
I can feel it.
It got a little chilly, too.
Oh yeah, it's definitely here. Thank you.
Thank you.
I believe
Thank
you,
so
brother.
much.
I believe in you, brother.
I can still
I
feel
love you,
it.
brother.
I can
I appreciate you, brother.
I can still feel it. So yeah, you're definitely blessed in so many good ways, you know.
Miracle. You really are a miracle to us. Thank you.
You know, the universe brings us together. That's what I'm doing here, is bringing people together, and this is really important. But I gotta go because it's 10:38. So, hey, Shay, thank you so much, man. I hope to be on tonight. Grace, thank
Love
you,
you
Ruby
all.
Doobie.
Have
Thank
a
you,
wonderful
everybody.
day, everyone.
Everybody in here. If I didn't see your message or note, I still love you, so don't take it personally. We love everybody here, and we will get rid of bots and people that are negative. They don't stay here very long because the commander will knock them right out of the universe. Take everybody, got to go. Encounters tonight at 11 o'clock or after 11. Tune in, come on in, be a guest, and we'll see you all later. Take care. Peace, love, and light.
Thank you.